Hi everyone, is it on?
Yeah.
Reset.
That's okay, you can keep it on. I just want to wish everyone a happy Mother's Day. It's a very beautiful day, and happy Mother's Day to my sisters, to my nieces, to my friends, to my family, and to all the mothers in the world. Happy Mother's Day. And also to the mothers are not here with us today, including my mom, who I miss very dearly. My mother was an incredible woman. She would have loved to see me cooking for everyone, and I wish she was here, and I would have had a lot of fun cooking with her. But I want to just remember her, remember the good times that we had together, and I owe her all of this because I get this incredible love for cooking and my palate from my mother, because she was an incredible baker, she was a cook, and she was amazing. So Mom, I miss you, I love you. Happy Mother's Day. So today I'm making beef Wellington, since it's a special day. And also this dish was a request from one of my co-workers, also Greg, who is an English prince. And this is a traditional Christmas or a special occasion dish that is usually cooked in Europe more than we make it here in the US. I'm being blackmailed by my daughter today. So I'm going to talk about the ingredients for beef Wellington. Okay. Beef Wellington, we have a really nice piece of filet mignon that it took me a week to find. I went to every store in the neighborhood and in town to find it. So this morning finally I found some filet mignon, so I decided to make beef Wellington today. With that being said, we do have some of the ingredients here. I have mushrooms, about 2 cups of mushrooms, or a package of mushrooms. You could use any kind of mushrooms, it doesn't have to be this kind, but I like this is earthy mushrooms. Also I have garlic, 2 cloves of garlic, and a small shallot. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to blend all of that together in the food processor first to make a paste, and then we'll come back and I'll show you the next step. So now that we made this into a paste in the processor, kind of really like that, so now we have to kind of cook it for a couple of minutes to dry out the water, because mushrooms has a lot of moisture and water in it. So I'm going to put some olive oil in here, and then I'm going to saute it for a little bit to dry it out. So as you can see, the liquid is kind of drying up from the mushroom, because we don't want it to be too moist, and that's going to go inside the meat. So I'm just adding a little thyme and rosemary, fresh herbs, a little black pepper. If you season everything in this dish so it's not like salty or not have enough salt, it'll be bland, so season as you go. So see, that became like a paste, not a lot of moisture in it. So I'm going to go ahead and cool this off until we prepare the meat, and then I'll bring that out and I'll show you the next step. Okay, so I've got my filet mignon prepared. I bought a whole filet mignon, so it had like a silver skin. So I removed the silver skin, and it's kind of thin here at the end, but I want to make a lot. I don't want to make a small piece because my kids like it. So I'm going to tuck it in and make it like thick. Usually it's not done like this, but I'm going to do it like that. It's my way. So now we're going to spice it. This is just a mixture of salt and pepper. I just put them in here so I don't get my hands on the salt and pepper shaker with the meat on it. So just generously make sure you enough salt and pepper on here. So now we're going to take it over to the stove and we're going to sear it really quick. So in order to sear it, we need to make sure our oil is hot. So I just added a little bit of olive oil in here, not too much, just enough to make sure I can sear it. Okay, the next step is actually making a bed of prosciutto and also that cream that I made with the mushroom earlier. So we're gonna spread that out, and that's what we're gonna wrap the meat with. And then at the end, we're gonna wrap it all in the puff pastry. So this is Parma ham or prosciutto. Really thin slices. Oops. It's really thin. So we're gonna just kind of make a bed in here for the meat to lay in. So we're spreading the mushrooms bottom of this. So it's going to encase the meat so the meat doesn't get overcooked. It's kind of a protective layer and also a tasty layer. So I haven't done this for a long time, so I hope I can get it done right. And just dry some of this juice off. Don't want it to be too juicy. So I forgot to put the mustard on the meat before I encased it. So I had to unwrap it and fix it up. I did. Before you encase it, you just kind of brush the meat with mustard and then roll it out so you can make it all even, as tight as you can. And now that we have it all tight and nice, I'm gonna go ahead and stick this in the freezer for a little bit as I prepare the other stuff. Okay, we got our meat roll out of the fridge. It didn't have a lot of time to set, and my kids are hungry, so we're not gonna wait. We're gonna go ahead and do it. But if you can ideally do this the day before or maybe earlier in the day. And then also my puff pastry, it was really kind of warm in here. So when I rolled up my puff pastry, it's kind of like sticking a little bit, but we're gonna just put a little bit of egg wash on here. So and we're gonna stick it together. Just a little bit of technical difficulties, but it's not that hard. It's just getting everything to the right temperature, and being warm in here doesn't help. it's all sealed. We're gonna roll it in the plastic again. This is a big piece. I didn't realize that it's gonna be this big. It's pretty good though. So I wanna roll it tight. Put it in the freezer just for a little while I get on the dinner salad. Okay, so our fillet is ready to go in the oven. I'm just gonna brush it with egg wash. It's supposed to be a little bit firmer. We started late and everybody's hungry. I don't have time to firm it up in the refrigerator, but the ideal thing to actually do this, wrap it up and put it in the fridge overnight, and then it'll be ready to be baked the next day. It's easier to handle too. If everything's cold, the dough, the puff pastry is cold, and the meat, you know, you wrap it up in the prosciutto and mushroom and put it in the fridge for a little bit, it will make it much easier to handle. So mine is looking a little not so pretty, but it just got warm in here, really warm, fast. So I'm gonna just give it a little bit of a superficial scores just to kind of decorate it a little bit. I mean, it's not perfect looking, but you know, when you cook at home, it doesn't have to be like exactly perfect, you know, but I know it's gonna taste good. All right, let's put it in the oven for about 30 to 35 minutes at 400 degrees, and we'll come back. So there's a test now. Let's see. Woo! That is incredible. Look at this. Perfectly cooked. Pink, but not rare, too rare. It smells delicious. It looks good. I think I like what I did today. Greg, there's your beef Wellington. I hope you will try to make it. Only took 35 minutes. That's it. And thank you again for watching me. Please subscribe and like. And I want to make more of these fun videos. Thank you. Bye-bye.